Okay, so today we're going to be tying a sulfur emerger. This is one of my favorite emerger patterns. Sulfur is one of my favorite flies to fish. I have caught so many fish on a sulfur during the summer. It's a very warm water fly, so if I'm fishing water above 50-60 degrees, very warm water for trout with a very warm day, so anywhere from like 80 to 100 degree day. We get that here a lot where I am from. It gives you a very good sulfur hatch. So I'm just using your standard dry fly hook, your size 14 Daiichi dry fly hook. So I'm going to start my wraps right in the middle of the body, and today I'm using a very light colored yellow since it's going to be the underbelly. This is a size 6.0 uni thread, bright yellow. I'm going to take some of your parapost wing. I like this. It's very scraggly looking, very buggy looking. It gives it a very nice tail. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take a shank's length of that. And I'm going to wrap it all the way up just to kind of give it my body. Once I get my para down, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab some small gold wire. I'm going to go ahead and tie that down right where the parapost wing tail comes out of the body. Make sure it's on there nice because this thin stuff likes to pull out of the thread. Okay, once you have that on, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap up about 4 eyelets lengths behind the eyelet. And now you can go ahead and take your bright yellow, thin 2mm foam. About as thick as the body. And you want it a little bit long so you have a little bit of playing room. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to cut a V into that foam. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it a lot easier to tie it to the hook shank without having too thick of a body. And it's also not going to cut your foam because it's not going to allow you to tie down too tight onto it. Okay, now that you have your foam on, you can go ahead and wrap your wire. So what the wire is doing, it's going to divide up that body into those nice natural sections. And since I don't like doing it in black on this fly because it contrasts just a little bit too much. I like doing it the gold because it gives it that little bit of shine. Okay, and now for the legs, you're actually going to take your mallard flank. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a bit of a smaller piece. It makes it easier to work on, but you also want a lighter piece. Since this is a naturally light fly, you don't want dark legs with it. You're going to go ahead and you're going to take the top section and just take that off. And then what you can do is go ahead and trim just a little bit of a V in it. Just like so. You see how I kind of cut that into a nice V? And what that's going to do is it's going to help me put my legs on. So go ahead and pinch that to the body and you can do a couple loose wraps. And now you can see you have those nice natural legs sticking out the side there. Go ahead and trim the excess. Then, for the head, I like this dubbing package that you can get for pretty cheap. It's very nice synthetic dubbing. And I'm just going to take about just a very tiny pinch worth of, I'm going to take this stuff right here. Okay, now that I got that dubbing on, I can go ahead and pull that foam back, and you're going to do 3 wraps with the foam. Again, not trying to get your legs caught up in there. And I'm only going to do 3 wraps, just so you don't get too much on there. And now, you are actually going to go ahead and whip finish right over that foam. You want to make sure that your thread's hanging off the bottom, just like so, because what that's going to allow you to do is put a UV finish on the bottom. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim as close as I can get to there without cutting my thread. And now you can go ahead and take your UV finish and just put a little dab underneath that foam. What that's going to do is it's not just going to keep your thread nice from unraveling just in case something happens to it, but it's also going to keep that foam from wrapping around. And what I like to do with this is just kind of strobe it, because you can damage the resin. And then one of my favorite parts to do on this fly is to just do a little black V on the head. It gives it a little bit of definition. I like the look of it. Right there is your finished Sulfur emerger. You can see the legs aren't too long, and the nice thing with that dubbing is it gives it a bit of a scraggly leg look out the bottom. It's just an overall great fly. So you can go ahead and add this fly to your box.